Hey everybody, September 14th, 2021. Welcome. Post market update from us. Our Gold Rush segment, which we haven't done in a few weeks. So I'm hoping I get some views this time around because people didn't seem to be that interested in it. So let's talk a couple things about the market here. Okay. We can see what's been happening in the past. Since I'm looking at the SPY here, as you can see. Starting right around here, September 3rd, beginning of September, it's been in a short-term downtrend, right? And pretty similar to what happened, well, not pretty similar, in some ways similar to what happened last year. So if you take a look at this, you'll see that if we go back to September of 2020, pull it back, we can bring up what September 2020 looked like. We knew there was a pretty good flush. Okay. July, August, September, what's this year? Let's go back to March, February 2021. There's September of last year right there, right? So let's bring that up. We can kind of make a comparison, and then I'll show you the channel we're in right now, what that means. I've also, as you can see here, put in these arrows. Those are the quad witching weeks, previous quad witching weeks you can look at. But we're looking at 2021 here, November, September. So you can see what happened here in September of last year, right? It had a pretty significant, starting on September 3rd, pretty significant downdraft in the SPY, and continued all the way until about September 20th, and then started to recover again. This is a lot bigger downdraft than what we're experiencing right now. All right, and it happened fast. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. So this is really more of a slight pullback within the channel. This one broke the channel. It broke the 50 EMA. This particular SPY channel right now is essentially trading right at almost the bottom of the channel, and has, I believe, let's see if I can get to, I'm using this, just learning how to use this particular platform. So let's see what we can see when we pull the channels in for all of 2021, March 2021. This is the 1 hour. Let's do the daily. That really makes a big difference, doesn't it? Okay, so it's 2018, 2019. So here's what we're dealing with right now, is right at the 50. We're right at the 50 simple moving average. We are at the bottom of the channel, which has bounced off several times during the course of the year, going all the way back to when this channel started, which was in late last year. Okay. So as long as she stays here at the 50 and stays riding in that channel, we can look for some chop along this way. So this is a key area of support right here. If it breaks it, we could see a pullback down into a 7, 9, 10% correction. I don't see anything that's going to make that happen. I think what we're dealing with here is just a pretty simple pullback off the channel. It was riding, chopping through the middle of the channel, came back, chopped through the middle of the channel, came back. I'm thinking it's going to continue to, I think it's going to pop back up and chop through the middle of the channel. So I'm not overly concerned about where we are right now, but if you're in options, you got to be really careful. You got to be really tightly hedged. If you're in common, you should also be selling calls against them, because this has been going on now for a little over a week, and it may continue a little bit longer before it rectifies itself, or it breaks down and we get a correction. So right now my thought process is just to be cautious on longs I'm taking. There's really only one long that I am completely and entirely confident in, and that's this one right here, AFRM. I took January 23 leaps, took a number of them, got in at the bid. I'm really happy with where I am right now. The IV continues to increase on this. There's additional market interest, even though it's pulled back from a pretty good run it had 2 days ago, right? Let's take a look here, 60 minutes. You can see right here it gapped here and then gapped again, and got up to a high of close to 130, I think. So big pullback yesterday morning, along with some of the other stuff that's completely related to gamma squeezes and dealers being able to catch a downdraft and release some of their equity into the marketplace. Then it kind of leveled off. Here we're starting to see options starting to increase, which coincides specifically with the IV rate being raised today on AFRM. So I like this tick and I'm in it. I'm committed to it. Let's take a look at the Qs once. See if I can get this thing working properly. Here's the Qs. I've got two channels drawn on here going back to November. We've got this channel had started, but really what I'm really looking for is when the Qs popped down in the middle of May. We had that pretty good sized pullback from the 344 to the 317 area. Since then, it's been trading in this channel. It's popped off of here. That's where the channel started. Popped once, so I'm looking for a confirmation for it to pop off this channel again. Never breached the 50. Last time it breached the 50 was back in June. So as long as it stays above the 50 and stays in this channel, again, I think we're in good shape. Obviously, it's giving up profits for the past 10 days. You can see that, right? But nowhere near what we saw last September. Okay, here's last September. You can see it just collapsed under the 50. We're not anywhere near that kind of movement on it right now, so I'm not too concerned about it. As far as some of the ETFs, let's take a look at the technology ETF here and see what that looks like for the year. The channel is raising in. It's above the 50 right here. 2021. This is the May pullback, so let's draw our line from here. Line right here. I'd say that's probably the bottom of the trend line. A little sloppy. We'll put it on the bodies. And then if you want to do the up channel, again, we'll start the up channel right around the same time. That's not a very good trend line, is it? Let's try it again. This thing gets kind of jumpy and jittery on me sometimes, but hopefully we can get it right. Approximately, should come down a little bit more here, but I'll just leave it like that. You can see it's trading at the very low end of the channel right now. I'm expecting it to pop up here. If it breaches the channel and the 50, that's when you're going to want to get rid of your longs and think about going short, because that means the trend has reversed and we're going into a correction. So let's take a look at the healthcare index and see that's XLV, right? Oh, that didn't work. XLV. Right here. There's the 50, August, September 2021. Let's go back here. To the beginning of 2021. can see what healthcare, the run it's had so far this year, and it's breached the 50. So these are stocks that I would stay away from right now, because they're starting to trend downwards pretty dramatically from September 2nd. That's a pretty good pullback there on the healthcare. So those are two particular sectors that we play a lot. That's why I mentioned that. So it's had a pretty good pullback here, and I would wait for a gap. I'm looking for a gap fill somewhere down in this area right now, 129.79 as a potential support level for the healthcare stocks. So that's what I would be eyeing up if I'm in the healthcare sector. So those are the two biggest ones we play. Let's just out of curiosity look at the industrials once. XLI from May to July, May, here's 2020, 2021. Like I said, I'm still learning how to use this thing, so bear with me. Is this the daily? Yep. So here's the beginning of 2021 right here, right? And you can see the 50, it's also breached the 50, so that is showing some substantial weakness. I would be looking for this to pull back to probably somewhere in this area for entry if a correction happens. That would take it under the 200, and maybe that is a place where we can get a bounce on it. So that is that's the three different spider sectors that we play a lot: industrials, technology, and healthcare. Let's take a look at financials once, just out of curiosity. XLF 2021. Financials are sitting right at the 50. And let me see what the channel would look like here if we take it from the beginning of the year. Somewhere up here, somewhere down here. So let's just draw it right from the low of the year here and see what we get. So the trend line is still intact. And as far as the channel is concerned, somewhere around here maybe. But I don't like that channel. Let's start it here. This is probably a more accurate description of the trading channel we're in right now on financials. So sitting right at the 50, right there, the white line sitting right at the 50, it has broken it and inside the channel. These are not as volatile as stocks, so the moving average is not as volatile either, so it's easy for it to fall under there. If it does break that 50, you're probably looking at 34.67 area for the bottom of the channel as maybe support for the financials. So everything's kind of at a tipping point. Either we're going to bounce off these various channels that are all right down at the bottom, these various sectors and various in the market, S&P, MQs sitting at that 50. Here's the ticker I got out of today. I'm sorry, I got out of this yesterday. I'm done with it for now. I think it's going to break down even further. I thought it was going to be a bounce there, but nope, nowhere near close to a bounce. So here's the yearly on the docu, right? And right now you can see, earnings ran up quite a bit, but it's been in a complete complete free fall from 310, 311, something like that. And these are big red candles, so there's no buyers in sight right now. So, and I don't see anything holding this thing up until maybe this area, 240, 247, 250, maybe. That's a big buy area there. Here is the ideal, the gap down to 210. I don't think we're going to see that. That would be unbelievable if it dropped that fast. If there's a correction, though, it will. But I'm not touching this ticker right now because it is in a downtrend, and it's a confirmed downtrend, substantially under the 20, under the 50, and approaching the 200. So, not going to touch that one as well. As far as what else? Sava, no, that one's not interesting right now. Myrna, you got to be able to play daily volatility if you're going to play this tick. Let's just take a look at it real quick. Because I think that it's going to catch the bid when on virus-related news they're close to being able to be approved. Yeah, see, it's trading way above the 50. So this tick is still uptrending, even though it's really volatile on a day-by-day basis, as you can see, right? But this is the only time, and that was a few days ago, right? That was a month ago, where we had that big red candle. Here was a decent-sized red candle yesterday. Today it caught the bid off of that. Obviously, it can fall, and it could fall a lot. I mean, here's where I got it. 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 372 area up here somewhere. 3668, 372 is when I got in, and I rolled this up to here. Not all the way though. I think I got out right around here. Yeah, 415. So this is a ticker I like a lot. It's still trending upwards, but you're going to have to deal with volatility. So the way you deal with volatility on a day-by-day basis is that you use spreads to play this ticker for safety purposes. If you're going naked options, you can get rolled on this really fast. So just be very, very careful. I'm going to be on Voice again tomorrow, and continuing. I'm at the SALT conference and enjoying some spectacular presentations and insights from all the top folks in the hedge fund community, and the investment management community, professional proprietary desk trading people, heads of government, entertainment, various aspects of society. So if you take a look at SALT, S-A-L-T 2021 agenda, you can see what I'm doing this week. And when I'm all said and done, I'm going to come back with a synopsis and summarize what that particular conference gave me some insight into, because it always does. So, with that, I guess till the morning comes. Huh? Thank you for tuning in. I hope we get some people tuning in.
I'm gonna give you till the morning comes. Till the morning.
Exciting presentation by Mr. Rich.